Welcome, interstellar travelers. There are stories in history that do not behave like normal history. They don't sit still, they don't fully explain themselves, and the more you try to understand them, the more they seem to look back at you. This is one of those stories. England, sometime in the 1100s, a small village called Woolpit. The harvest fields were quiet that day, until something unusual broke the rhythm of rural life. Two children appeared, a boy and a girl. They were not dressed like villagers, they were not speaking any known language, and most striking of all, their skin had a strange green tint, not painted, not stained, green, as if the color had come from within them. The villagers were afraid at first. Some believed it was an omen, others thought they were lost or abandoned, but the children did not run. They did not understand the words spoken to them. They only stood there, confused, as if they had stepped into a world that was not meant to be theirs. They refused all food offered to them. Everything was unfamiliar, everything was wrong, until one day they were given something simple: beans. At the sight of them, the children reacted instantly: relief, recognition, even hunger. It was the first thing in this world they seemed to understand. Slowly, they began to eat, and slowly, they began to adapt. The boy, however, grew weak. He did not survive long after arriving. The girl lived. As time passed, something strange happened. Her green tint began to fade. Her skin slowly took on the appearance of a normal child. She learned the language of the villagers, and eventually she told a story that still unsettles historians today. She said she and her brother came from a place where the sun never shone properly, a land of dim light, a place where everything had a greenish glow. She described crossing a river, hearing bells, and suddenly finding themselves on the wrong side of something unseen. She did not understand how they arrived in Woolpit, only that one moment they were in their world, and the next, they were not. Now here is where history begins to divide, because there are no maps for this place, no records of such a land, no trace of a civilization that matches her description. So what was it? Some say it was simply misunderstanding. Perhaps the children were orphaned migrants lost during war, speaking a foreign dialect no one in England recognized. Perhaps malnutrition gave their skin a strange hue. Perhaps fear turned confusion into myth, but others are not satisfied with simple answers because of the details that don't dissolve easily. The sunless land, the strange recognition of food they had never seen before in England, the language no one could place, and most of all, the certainty in the story that they did not feel like they belonged here. Over time, the legend grew into something else entirely. Some began to wonder if it was a memory of a hidden world beneath the earth. Others suggested a forgotten civilization lost in time. And a few dared to whisper something stranger, that the children were not lost in geography, but in reality itself. Today, Woolpit is quiet. The fields have changed, the world has moved on, but the story remains. A boy who did not survive, a girl who adapted and changed, and a question that refuses to close. If two children could arrive from a place with no sun, then where exactly did they come from? And more importantly, how many other stories like this have we forgotten because we were too quick to explain them away? Love, light, and cosmic blessings. Mystic Missy.